The only independent voice of Liberia. No allegiance to any political party, organization, institution, or individual. Freedom FM 87.9, your best choice.
Nobody plays more music. Absolutely nobody.
From Central Monrovia to North Stereo. This is Freedom FM.
After the war, the Liberian people elected me, and the Liberian people elected me to unite the country. I was not able to get some of the other factional leaders to return to Liberia. I was not able to get one or two of the political leaders to return. And I think they helped to provoke the situation. I was able to do a whole lot. Strangely, the LPC, these were all warring factions, and all of the other warring factions, I was able to bring them into government. In fact, most of the combatants that fought for the government during the war were the combatants of the warring factions that fought against me. So I accomplished bringing them together. I accomplished making sure that the issue of tribalism went away in Liberia. But I mean, to a great extent, I think most Liberians now, if you went to Liberia and took a poll, they would say Mr. Taylor did his best. Any other regrets? The second regret is that I was never able to get the United States to understand me. I was never able to get them to work with me, which is so essential for Liberia. No president of Liberia, no president can make it successfully unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were like the president, I would not take it. I'm not that guy. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia or our president.
Serve as your president and I scream it, no. Together in 2018, we back. I cannot hold on to and prosper Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94 million $999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of $222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States $40,044,365.90. In 2018, my government inherited a consolidated cash position of $7 million United States dollars. The next administration thus has more resources to deal with emergency macroeconomic challenges than my administration had at its disposal in 2018. My fellow citizens, through our time together, I held still fast to two cornerstones of leadership: keeping the peace and upholding the democratic process and the root of our democratic journey. I am immensely proud that during my tenure, Liberia remained at peace with itself and at peace with its neighbor. Our armed forces, the force of good, were never turned against our own people, and external actions were confined to international peacekeeping mission under the United Nations. This peace, sustained by our own domestic resources, is a testament to the maturity and strength of our nation. We protected the inalienable rights of every Liberian citizen as enshrined in our Constitution. Freedom of speech, assembly, and expression were not only preserved, but celebrated. There were no political prisoners or prisoners of conscience during my entire term, a testament to the development of strong democratic institutions that are now not only hailed as competent and professional, but as trusted and credible. Liberia is now regarded as a pillar of democracy in West Africa and a shining example to the world. This was only made possible through our various collaborative efforts. I want to thank all Liberians, regardless of your political affiliation, for staying the course and helping build a stronger and more vibrant nation. As I step aside as president of Liberia, I will remain actively engaged with the politics of the country as standard bearer and political leader of the Coalition for Democratic Change, the CDC, in order to ensure the continuation of our strong and vibrant democracy. I therefore urge you, my fellow citizens, to continue.
When you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries. But there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
In May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, the government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based this international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency. This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence, 30 years, prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brenda Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years, unconventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time with experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at Large for War Crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. I posted that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, daring all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the Special Court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibilities. He then asked, how do we assure Liberia's future? And he answers that. Ultimately, he says, what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the Special Court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared from threats and intimidation, as explained by Femi Kayode, press secretary to President Obasanjo, the Nigerian head of state, who was with him in Washington when President George W. Bush promised, and I quote, to bring Nigeria to its knees if Taylor was not turned over to the Special Court. And what happened? Obasanjo buckled and capitulated. Now, this demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure from powerful.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they can lie. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach in thee, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? See, we just tell you. That's why we go tell you. The way you were, wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go. And I'd like to begin tonight by reminding all of us the ruling position, the opposition. Lehman Bowie said the in position and the non-position. That time waits for no man. The people lie to us. The government betray us. If you have a piece of job to do, do your job judiciously. We tired with the promises that left in an ecstatic manner. That your followers will have a proud moment to celebrate the achievement of the job you are given to do. This is a message to the ruling establishment. This is also a message to the opposition, because all sides of the political divide use us a little and abuse us. So why? They have separate responsibilities to perform. They are all opting to govern at the end of the day. So they have a singular goal. Let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora. Our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on the Wednesday's edition of Freedom Hard Talk. Yeah, we talk the hard issues the hard way. And we share no regret. Once the issues that are discussed or spoken about are tied to the living conditions of the people, are tied to improving the living conditions of the people, the ordinary people, in whose interest we are here, we will continue to do our job. We will continue to play our part. A lot of things are happening in the country. A lot happened over the weekend that we could not exhaust between Monday to Tuesday. We might continue some from our in-house cleaning tonight. But the International Monetary Fund has issued her 2025 Article 4 review. Of Liberia, and this is under the that led us to a lot of damages. With that speech they preach in thee, and now you need this is under the second review of Liberia's external credit facility. Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? We just tell you. And so tonight we want to place emphasis because there are key portions or key components of the report that we need to talk about. We're spending all of our time talking about this report tonight. Let's discuss the report. What do we know about the report? What do we understand?
I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford?
You know, the entire country is concerned about the economy, the economic performance of the government.
What the government
That's what concerns Liberians in the country and outside of the country. They want to know how our economy is performing. How our economy, the performance of our economy is trickling down deep into the lives of our people, the ordinary people, those who cannot afford. So yeah, foreign ministry people, government here, IMF approved. Let's talk about IMF entire review of Liberia's economic situation. You need to know what is in the report, and we will spend all of our time tonight, in fact, talking about what is in the report. The politics will be there. The politics will never go away. But we have to demystify some of the lies being told by the Unity Party folks. They call themselves propagandists. But they are working against the interests of you, the ordinary people. And we have to stand in your defense. So yes, we'll focus on IMF report tonight. We will talk a bit about this whole rape situation in the country and what the police is doing. We have a video from Councillor Teron Gonglo we want to play for you, along with the father of the alleged victim involving the rape case at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. I'm told the Association of Female Lawyers in Liberia have issued a statement calling on the Liberia National Police to arrest former Deputy Minister Brian McGill with immediate effect. I don't know whether the police has responded to that call from Ethiopia up to our time coming on the radio.
The people who are so, the people love to, people who are so.
Whatever the case is, we have a lot to talk about tonight, folks. This is Freedom Heart Talk. This is Freedom FM. This is 87.9. This show is proudly sponsored by Crime Stopper Liberia. And we are in partnership with Win Liberia. Win Liberia is our financial partner on the show. But whatever the case is, we're here straight up to 10 o'clock tonight, talking the real issues.
Indeed, and now you need to deceive us.
Very shortly, we take a break from our sponsor, Crime Stopper Liberia, and our financial partner, Win Liberia. When we come back, we go to our Facebook Live feed to welcome all of you who are joining us tonight on the show. My name is Austin Kawa. Stick and stay, don't go away. Invite others to join the show. Share the live with others to follow. Our cash giveaway, our promotion continues tonight. You just need $50 Liberian on your mobile money account, or its equivalent in US dollars is 25 cents. And you are qualified to play our cash giveaway. *255 *1# is the short code to play tonight. Let's take a break from our sponsor and our partner. We come back, we talk.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cents United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255 *1#. Again, dial *255 *1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone. Until we do something to stop the surge of vigilante-style justice in this country, none of us will be safe. My Liberia is Liberia of hope. In my Liberia, it is possible. Violence is not part of my Liberia. Violence leads to property damage, injury, or even death, as we are seeing in recent months in several parts of Liberia, including Monrovia. Talk to people in your community about violence. Stand up against mob justice. Be a community hero. Liberia is all that we have. We must all unite to uphold the rule of law. This is Old Man Sam Sanya, your community crime fighting partner. Thanks for listening. This is Old Man Sam Sanya.
We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia. We want peace in Liberia. Peace in Monrovia.
Yo, hello. I want to talk about violence. More violence is indiscriminate. It can happen for any reason and to anyone.
Thank you, Old Man Sam Sanya. Thank you. Let's go to our Facebook page and welcome all of you who are joining us tonight on the show from your different places of work or residency. Mawata Ability says, good evening, Austin. Favor Morris, hello, Austin. Sidiki Kamara, good evening, bro. Papi says, Keita says, good evening, Freedom FM family from Dupont Road, Clady Allison. Greetings, Austin, watching from Delaware in the US. Welcome, boss. Thomas, Library Poki. Anyway, I will tell you after. Yesterday, I left the show. I saw more than 7 messages in my messenger inbox. Why you keep calling Clady Allison boss? All the inquiries came from the diaspora. Some from Australia, some from the US, some from the UK, some from Holland, yeah, but Europe, Europe, Australia, America. So in Canada too. Why you keep calling Clady Allison boss? What it be your own concern? Hey, you focus on our party on your party headquarters. You'll be asking what the your boss. She's a boss. Thomas Sabo, my man, are you back in country, Thomas? I mean, I can understand a lot of men. One minute being Togo, another minute is in Abidjan, another minute is in Gambia. The man is just traveling in the sub-region. When Joseph Bagase, Augustine Talley is following from Maryland, Baltimore to be precise. Robertson Mombo is following from GSA Road. Henry To has joined us tonight from Caldwell. Bukari Sharif is following the show tonight from Nuku Times. Thanks for the great show, Chief Velma. Macintosh Clyde is joining us tonight from Norway. Good to be here tonight. Welcome, Velma. Venetius Junior Bar from Nukutan. Ansu Famule from Broadville. Welcome to all of you to the show. August Logwa from Broadville. Honorable J.D. Williams from Johnsonville. Tatus Rainey Ghibli is following the show tonight from Magibi. Paul S. Jasper has joined us from Silver Spring, Maryland in the U.S. Nathan Jabadia is following tonight from Congo Town as well. Augustine Mogris Mavi has joined us tonight from Upper Caldwell. Benun Kamara is following the show as well tonight from the USA. Aliyu Kamara has joined us. Mohammed Balo, Watabome, all says from Broadville. Hi, brother. Good evening, Austin. Avin Sopon, welcome to the show. Avin Samuel Samuel Bangwa Jr. has joined us tonight. He says, good evening, Mr. Kawa, watching you from District 17. Mohammed Masakwe from Freeport. That's District 14. Jerison Tupa has also joined us tonight from Victoria Island, Lower Johnsonville, the darkest community in District 2. Joshua Morris from GSA Row. Welcome all of you. Mabu Rogers from Claratown. Ibrahim Yan from Chocolate City, Canes County, has joined us tonight. Good evening, Mr. Kawa, Magil Bagali. You have to, I don't want to miss your last name. Magil, Gbalay. Bangli. I'm sure that's correct. That Lofa name. So yeah, it should be 2 words. Magil Bangli. Welcome to the show from Vanjaman City, Lofa County. He's following via YouTube. Christian Singbe is joining us tonight from where is that? The judge of criminal code A have been conflicted by the government, so he need to rescue himself. Okay. Morris, I'm sure he's referring to the Capitol building case. Morris Gov, good friend Jesse has joined us tonight from Chicken Soup Factory, Tumete LTA. As a matter of fact, today, tomorrow is the wedding anniversary of Tumete Tie, and on Friday is his birthday. So I'd like to say happy pre-wedding anniversary to you, Tumete, and also happy pre-birthday to you, Timothy. Today is the birthday of one of my soldiers, Portuguese. Yeah. Happy birthday to you, my being. You're a man. Okay, gentlemen, all of you, welcome to the show. Samuel Lat Cooper, welcome to the show from Cardwell. Alice Johnson is following tonight from Clay District. God's Favor has joined us tonight from Kanweke City in River G County. Thanks to all of you for joining the show tonight. It's good to have all of you. A lot to talk about tonight, so let's move into them quickly. Beginning with your catch. Those of you who want to play the catch giveaway, we are going to start with you. You already know the short code is *255 *1# to play. You just need $50 Liberian dollars on your mobile money account, or its equivalent in US dollars is 25 cents, and then you are qualified to play. All you have to do just that *255 *1# to play the cash giveaway. Again, *255 *1# to play the cash giveaway. Tonight, as always, the payouts are in categories: $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, and $25,000 are all up for grabs tonight. So let's move on to other conversations. Senator Amara Kone has written a piece which we are going to tie into our conversation tonight. But the Liberia Football Association have posted something that I thought to share. It said FIFA appoints Raji deputy chairman of Olympics Football Committee. World Football Governing Body, FIFA has appointed Liberia Football Association's president Mustafa Raji deputy chairman of the FIFA Olympics Football Committee for the period 2025-2029. The appointment was made on Thursday, October 2nd, during the FIFA Council meeting held in Zurich. It follows a thorough consultation process involving FIFA's member associations and the confederations, through which members of the newly created standing committees were appointed for the period 2025-2029. According to FIFA President Gianni Infantino, the new standing committees will lead the greater involvement of our member associations, the confederations, and other stakeholders in our decision-making process. Increased female representation and more focused technical expertise in various areas relevant to football. This latest appointment highlights the respect and trust Raji commands at the continental and global levels of football governance. The LFA proudly congratulates President Raji on his latest achievements and looks forward to his continued leadership and contributions to African and globe of football. I want to speak with our sports reporter Thomas Kojo Rolak to ask him some basic questions because you see that folks from the government, particularly the Ministry of Information, have already started to politicize and send out some information that is some fact checkers are checking. I read a post from the Deputy Minister for Public Affairs. And so let me see whether I can talk to Thomas Kojo Rolak. He is our sports reporter here, our sports editor, I like to say, or I should say. So let's talk to Kojo. I want to ask you some questions. What does this what does this give to Liberia? Okay, we have Kojo. Kojo, welcome. How are you? Okay, Thomas Kojo, like we announced to you, is our sports editor. Yeah, and so Kojo, I'm calling you particularly concerning this release from the LFA about the appointment of Mustafa Raji as co-chair for the Olympics Football Committee. Firstly, I'd like you to give us an idea of what this committee is all about. What does it do? What does it emphasize? What emphasis does it consider?
Well, it's talk about committees football across the globe, which Liberia is of no exception about. We talk about Olympic football, that's the honors of the three. We talk about Olympic games, which all involved. Olympic football has to do with the honors of the three, where
Kojo, is it possible you adjust your location because there are feedbacks from the background?
Okay, so let me adjust that for you back.
Thank you. Please do urgently. So yeah, we want to get, because we have to set the record straight. Football is full of politics. It should be full of politics. And so, but when the government try to use propaganda to spew or develop or nurture lies, about the game, those of us who have passion for the game, those of us who play the game, we will not stop following football till we die, because we play the game, we know the game, we love the game. And so that's the passion is from within, yeah. So let's see what we can get. We can re-establish contact with Thomas, and then we can talk about this release coming up. To get us back, let's call him from here. The country, everything, people try to politicize everything in the country, and these things are coming from the folks from the ruling party. When the CDC was in power, the UP was police.
Hello?
Okay, Kojo, I think the background is much better.
Okay.
It seems that you are at the heavy.
Well, I just left the
SKD.
Sports Complex. I'm going to watch the basketball gymnasium to watch the game between FPRC Honors and MPA Patterns.
Okay. Now, how did the Saturday game go?
Well, they defeated the Leon Stars of Serrano 1-0 at home at the SKD Sports Complex. This means that their chances of going to the 2026 FIFA World Cup has come to an end. All they will have to do is to honor the last game in the qualifiers, which will be next week. They'll be playing for Prague and be playing for a FIFA ranking improvement. Serrano are out, like Liberia, who are hosting them for their home games due to some renovation work that is ongoing at the sports stadium in Freetown, Serrano.
Okay, quickly. So let's go back to this Raji appointment thing. I was asking you, what does the appointment mean? What does it entail? And how does the committee work? And how is it going to impact football in Liberia?
Well, it's good for football in Liberia. It's good that the officials of the Football Association are once again being recognized after
after once again being recognized after the situation that happened to Mr. Musa Hassan Benete when he was president of the Football Association. When he left, there was a corruption scandal. He was suspended, or when we say suspension, Musa Benete is ongoing. He's on suspension at the moment. But seeing Mustafa Raji back at the hands of Liberian football, this time getting position at the level of FIFA. Well, one may say it's a good news for football development in Liberia. Owing to the fact that maybe FIFA been following what is happening. They have FIFA projects ongoing in Liberia. It's being implemented by the president of the Football Association. So it could be some of the reasons why FIFA decided to reach out to the president of the Football Association to be a co-chair on the committee of Olympic football. For us, let me inform you, there are a couple of Africans who got appointed by FIFA.
Now,
the former president of the Nigerian Football Association were also appointed. People from the Gambia got appointed. People from Gabon got appointed. It's not just about Liberia.
Yeah, but we since we are Liberians, we are concerned about Liberians excelling, at those levels. So let's talk Liberia, because the Deputy Minister for Information posted that this is the highest achievement for a Liberian in the world of football in terms of leadership and all of that. How does that? What do you have to say to that?
Well, if the Information Minister Jeremy Pia would say that,
no, that's the Deputy Information Minister for
the
Public
Deputy,
Affairs.
I think it should be Mr. Daniel Sano or somebody. If I'm getting the name correct.
Sure, Daniel.
But this is a disappointment that most journalists are expressing about the government of Liberia. The former president, the former icon in the world, an icon of Liberian sports, an icon of football in Africa, George Weah, was appointed as the head of a panel by FIFA to fight racism across the world.
Mr. Weah is not an official. He's not a football official. So you don't think there's a link? There isn't a link between the two. Raji is a football official. Mr. Weah is not a football official. He played the game, yes, but he's not an official. But to see an official of the FA excelling at that level, I think that's what the conversation is.
Well, then if we put it in a circle, yes, I can confirm on this video tonight, yes, this is the biggest honor. I stand to be corrected since the existence of the Liberia Football Association in 1936. Coming from the angle of the Football Association, I think this is the biggest to have made. Seriously, to have made. This is the biggest. I have no doubt about saying that.
Okay, Coach. So we hope that it places Liberia on the table of making decisions. So Liberia has an eye. Liberia is seeing everything. So Liberia now knows what is available for improving football across the world. Does that give Liberia leverage that it can harness to bring some good things, some goodies back to football in Liberia?
Well, this is what most journalists are asking, or this is what the supporters of football in Liberia or sports will want to see. If there be an impact of the president extending the such position. Let me remind you that Mr. Mustafa Raji is the current vice. The youth national team has stumbled from women's level to men's level, from youth to senior level. So many will be hoping that this time his presence can impact football development in Liberia. When there are WAFU programs, sorry to say, one may say fully organized, I think we corrected, fully organized, but Liberia will be hoping that the new role of the president of the Football Association will set football development like in a positive way. And just understand that there are lots of FIFA projects ongoing across the country.
Thank you, Kojo. Thank you. We have to leave it there. But whatever the case is, Liberia is seated as number 2 person on the FIFA Olympics committee for the next 4 years. So that's good news for Liberia, and we all have to celebrate that. Let's move into our discussion. Listen to this recording.
Yesterday, I told the public I will come to the police station today to meet the IG. I just met the IG and his team of people. They explained to
the voice you're hearing is the voice of Councillor Tiawan Sei Gongodo. You all know Tiawan, you know his history. So we need not to introduce him, but he is the political leader. He's a presidential aspirant, or he was a presidential aspirant. He had not said to us whether he is still contesting in 2029, which I don't want to draw into this picture, but for the sake of this conversation, we consider him a lawyer. For the sake of this conversation. So listen to what he had to say about this case involving former Deputy Minister Brian McGill from the Ministry of Youth and Sports. He had gone to the Liberia National Police to meet the Inspector General of Police to ask him some questions about the status of the case. He wanted to know how far is the case, why is Brian not arrested yet, what justification legally granted can the police or has the police given to the public about the reason why they've not arrested Brian, talking about probable cause and all of that. So Councillor Gongo had gone there along with the father of the alleged victim. So we hear the two individuals. Councillor Gongo will speak first, and we will hear the father of the alleged victim next, and then we'll read you something about rape statistics in the country. So let's hear Councillor Gongo.
Yesterday, I told the public I will come to the police station today to meet the IG. I just met the IG and his team of people. They explained to me the extent of the investigation. According to them, they have not reached a conclusion to effect an arrest. But I reminded them that in 1898, the Supreme Court came out with an opinion that when a rape victim says that John Brown raped me, and there is two dress and sometimes scratch on the person, those are the corroborating evidence that is required to have someone arrested and put on trial. In fact, that's the evidence that is required for conviction. And the girl keeps saying that she was raped by Brian McGill. She has not changed her words. Here is her father. She spoke to her father on the night of the rape. She spoke to her aunt first in the presence of her father. I think her grandma also, in the presence of her father. So he's here. And he has a lot to say, but he will say to the public what Brian McGill has been telling him. I think there should be no different standard for big men in this country and different standard for small men. The police is challenged to make sure that it reaches the bottom of the scheme. Because against them, as in 1898, a 14-year-old girl was raped by Mr. Coleman. You haven't the same, but I'll be behind this case until we reach the end. From here, I'm going to the LGBTQ unit of the Ministry of Justice.
Yes, I want to say to the public that since.
So you listen to the father, what the father has to say. Okay, the father is about to say something very significant, something that has not been heard in the public, something that has not been spoken about in the public, something that in our mind the police have refused to give attention to. So let's listen to the father.
My daughter has been raped and was accused by this man, Brian McGill. They have not been updating me with any information. They have not asked me. Even when the incident occurred, Brian McGill came to me on September 9 in the night to come and apologize to me. He did the apology in the presence of people at the 15, where they can admit, all those that were there will admit that he did it he apologized because he wanted me to talk the case in-house. to drop the case and then we'll talk it in-house. I said, no, you cannot rape my daughter, then we'll go and compromise. I told him that. The next thing again, the security of that area, 2 security men, they gave me full information about his car was his presence on Saturday. And they told me that a young man was there and he left. But because these guys are afraid now, I reached the police, they are not able to admit because they are working there and they are afraid that they will threaten them on their job. But they told me, I also have recording from one of the security guys who also gave me information. But when I got in there, they started to give me different information that the man here on public. Whether I get a man recording, clear, I give it to them. They never talk about it. The other men that received the key from the person that came from in the building, they cannot talk about it. Let the public get to know that this case, it can be you tomorrow, it be your child tomorrow, it be anybody. I want you to rise up and join me in this fight. Do not stand by. These are things that this man has done to my daughter. My daughter continuously to point finger at him. She never changed her statement since this has happened. And they say they're still looking for probable cause. When the medical report has reported that she was penetrated, equally so, her clothes that were on her, the underclothes was torn off. Everything is reported to them. But yet they still looking for probable cause because they feel that I'm not a big man, I'm not minister, I'm not this, that. So they want to link the case on me, on my daughter, and say that nothing happened to her. The man has not touched her. That's what they're saying. So I'm asking the public, all concerned citizens, to join me in this fight. That this case.
Thank you, my brother. The Inquirer newspaper on today published that Liberia has recorded 2,759 rape cases just in 2024. Just in 2024. This article was published on the 25th of November 2024. Last year, the Inquirer newspaper reported just last year, just in 2024. 2,759 rape cases recorded. We're saying the ones that were recorded, the cases that were recorded. We are not saying the cases that were undocumented or the ones that were not reported and the ones that were not recorded. The cases that were recorded in 2024, rape cases that were recorded in 2024, 2,759. Just in 1 year. And this revelation was released at the launch, the official launch of the 16 days of activism, last year's edition. In November this year, as we speak, the Ministry of Gender is already planning, is already hiring vendors for this year's edition of the 16 days of activism. I am told reliably by sources within the Ministry of Gender that already this country has recorded over 3,000 rape cases, the ones that were recorded for the year 2025. A source deeply rooted in the Ministry of Gender has said to me that, Austin, do you know that we are still recording rape cases? We have recorded over 3,200 rape cases already in 2025. And we are still recording cases. And she said that these cases exclude the Brian McGill case, the one from the Ministry of Agriculture, and other rape cases. She said they want to dare you. We have not even recorded these cases yet. We have already passed 3,000 cases already for 2025. we should be asking ourselves, and my good friend Greg should be listening. If he's not, or in case he's not, this case involving the deputy minister of youth and sports, is going to further destroy the reputation of the police, especially those in authorities. Because the nationwide perception is that the ordinary police officer does not have the capacity to ignore or play or downplay or tamper with rape cases. That is a controlling opinion in the public, that the ordinary police officer does not have the capacity or the influence to tamper with rape cases. It is the authority of the police that has that influence to do so. So if a rape case, a particular case involving a minister or an appointee of the government is being downplayed or is being tampered with, the reputation of the police, it is on the reputation, it is on the independence, it is on the integrity. Even though I know all of these are lacking, but I'm sure that small kicking still left there. And this case is going to break the reputation of the police finally. Because you listen to Councillor Gong, you listen to Afia. The police is struggling to convince the public about probable cause. Even officers in the police are not convinced. They are aware that there is a conspiracy and there are external pressure on some folks within the police to, hey, just discard that case. While they are negotiating with the family people behind the scene. The father of the girl said something. He said, on the 9th of September, at gate 15, you know, the Ministry of Youth and Sports has or offices at the SKD Sports Complex. So the father is saying to us that on the 9th of September, Minister McGill, the alleged perpetrator, the alleged rapist, on this news because I got the information. I was on the show. I even announced that I'm hearing a story about a rape case and all of that, but it involves people's personality and reputation. So normally I don't get involved with that without confirmation. Right? Some of you, so I didn't talk about it, but that's the case I was talking about. So the father of the girl is saying this McGill man went to him at the office on SKD in the night. The father said McGill called him at gate 15 to beg him, to apologize to him. The man who is denying, those of you UP people who are trying to politicize rape cases, I pray that one day your daughters will become victims. So you know how it feels. When a father is senseless or ruthless or careless or irresponsible father will not feel the pain of another father when his daughter or a girl child is raped. Nobody with a soul or a heart of a father that shares deep love for his children, especially his girls' children, we use politics to honor man or tamper with rape case. 14-year-old. See people intellectual. Oh, we don't have probable cause. Oh, no probable cause. No days. We'll go for CC camera. So the police are telling us that they are preferring CC camera footage that can be easily tampered with over the account of the alleged victim. The police are telling us that they are preferring waiting for CCTV footage to show Maggie going in his office and leaving his office over the report. The medical examination that confirmed that the girl was tampered with. She was penetrated. What the police are doing, they are discrediting, discarding, they are negating, they are ignoring the witness account, the victim's account, and waiting for CCTV footage that will show Brian McGill entering his office and leaving his office at the time the incident occurred. When he knows, he's aware, the police is aware that Brian McGill is the Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Youth and Sports. It's easier for someone who has control over personnel, someone who has control over the human beings who are working. Everybody employed at Youth and Sports, they are under personnel or HR. So they can easily tamper. It is highly likely possible that they can easily tamper with CCTV camera, with the footage. You say because it is not there. The first thing the police should be investigating, hey, why is the CCTV camera not there? Why the footage is not? We're not seeing anything. What they established, what they saw, tell them to release it. In the EcoBank case, the police released the CCTV footage that they said they got from EcoBank without beginning an investigation into the matter, the EcoBank matter. They release footage. The footage, the CCTV footage that they say they got from Youth and Sports that does not show anybody leaving or entering the building at about that time. Let the police release that footage. You are there, I double dare them. They can't. The security guards at the Youth and Sports Ministry confirmed that yes, the chief was here. He just left. He just got your car, he left. That true the thing happened again. That true the thing happened, he called again. He just left from here, Jenna. They confirmed. The moment the thing became a big news in the country, all those security guards are afraid of losing their jobs. They say they can't talk again. They all say they're not talking. The men say they're talking again. They're scared. So they forget it. The girl is still going through her pain or agony. Brian McGill is walking scot-free. The police, as an institution, is the one justifying and defending McGill. When McGill supposed to be stripped butt naked and locked behind bars, he's rooming, smoking a cigar and drinking a whiskey and having fun with more 14-year-old girls. While the police is defending him, that they don't have probable cause. They are waiting for video footage. The video footage they have does not show that the man was in the building at about that time. You publish it, let's see. You publish EcoBank. This just say armed robber enter EcoBank to arm robber in broad daylight. You publish a video. You post a video on your official page. You post the one involving Brian McGill. Let's see it. Let's see it. Even it's true that McGill did not rape, even it's true that what the police is saying is anything to believe, then you post the video. Let's see the video footage that the police says she was able to obtain from Youth and Sports that does not show anything that might girl being in the building or leaving the building at about the time the incident happened. While the police can post the video. And all of us must begin to call on the police the same way they posted the Echo Bank video involving armed robbery. According to them, unquote. They want to rape. They got video footage. But according to them, in the video footage, there is nothing there. There is no scene that show or display the minister leaving the building or entering the building at the time the incident is believed to have occurred. Is there a video they're showing the time showing the minister leaving the building, but it was not the time the victim alleged that this incident happened? If yes, you'll bring the video. You'll still arrest the man and investigate him. Detain the man. We're talking about a victim here that is traumatized. She would not be exact with the time. Probably she didn't have watched the time piece on. She had to imagine and tell us maybe around 7, around 8, she was traumatized and you took her account. And you will not use her account, just the time interval, and prefer it or prioritize it over her being a victim. Medical examination confirmed that she was raped. Pull her down, pull the victim down. Pull the victim down, pull the alleged perpetrator down. Ask two of them whether they know each other, whether they have interacted with each other. Then they may deny even the girl that he doesn't know the girl. The police knows how to do a job outside in the absence of video footage. The police knows how to use persuasive means, what are different interviewing techniques, investigative techniques. They know how to use them to extract, to establish probable cause or possibility. Because just by the interaction between Brian McGill and the alleged victim, the police will be able to establish whether this guy interacted with the girl or whether he knows the girl. So, and all these things I'm saying, the police officers have been speaking with me, investigators, seasoned, retired, and current investigators. They are angry that, hey, why would the IG even go in the public to go say that thing? It means we do not have seasoned investigators here. It means the IG does not even trust his own investigators, because we have investigators that can sit down and investigate that man and ask him some questions. We got techniques that we can apply, to including bringing the alleged victim before the alleged perpetrator to face each other during the police investigation. Let's ask them some questions. And a senior officer said to me, look, Kawan, somebody can come and say the man owe my money. We can call two of them. I mean, do you know the man? The man say, yeah. Do you know the man? The other man say, yeah. Do you have money for the man? The man say, yes. Some cases they can deny. Some cases they will deny. Do you know the man? The man say, yeah, I know the man. Do you have money for the man? No, I don't have money for him. The police say, the officer said, we know. In fact, just by the man responding, we can detect that man is being suspicious. So we can subject that person, investigate, interrogate them to get what we want to get from them. The police should be having the skills to investigate my girl and establish first the connection between him and the girl. Edge perpetrators was. She's saying I was raped. Medical examinations confirmed. She's saying my clothes were torn up. It is confirmed that her clothes were torn up. She's saying she knows the man. Everybody in the building, including the file, everybody have confirmed that, yeah, these people have been involved. We've been seeing people together. You've been going around the together. Why is the police refusing to bring the two people together in the presence of their lawyers? If the guy is lying, hey, process the people sitting in the court. The man will be charged for rape. It means it is alleged. He's not guilty. He's not guilty. It is alleged. Then the police say probable cause. He called probable cause. This is rape case we're talking here. The first thing the institution, the state is supposed to establish is that the girl was tampered with. So the entire country right now agree already that this girl was raped. Nobody disagreeing that the girl was not raped. The entire country already agreed. The entire country has accepted that the girl was raped. So there's no argument about that. The girl was raped. The fact that the girl was raped, it is established, and we all in the country, everybody, nobody in the country has said the girl was not raped. It means the 5.2 million people in Liberia have already agreed that the girl was raped. That one will put it one side. So it is established. It's no argument, no disagreement. She was raped. You, alleged victim, where were you raped? She said in the Ministry of Youth and Sports, they make her in her office. Who raped you? She said Brian McGill, Deputy Minister for Youth and Sports. You have all of this information available to you. You say those are not probable cause to arrest the man and put him behind bars while you conduct your preliminary investigation. The man should be passing around, creating avenues for him to escape the country. The law say even if you do not have the law did not say you must have probable cause before arresting somebody who is accused of rape, especially when it is established that there is a victim. The girl is already a victim. In Vanny Jesse case, I don't like to reference him because he said we're all wishing him well and trying to ensure that he returns. So let me not reference the case. But in other cases, it was never even there was no medical examination to even prove that the victim was tampered with. Individuals were arrested and incarcerated. In this case, medical examination has established that the girl was raped. The police said, no, we're not going by that medical examination. We are not listening to the victim's account. We are not considering the victim's account. The victim's narrative will not hold here. The examination, the findings from the medical examination will not hold here. What we will focus on is the CC camera footage that were established from the Ministry of Youth and Sports to confirm whether the time the victim says that incident happened, whether the man who she said did it was in the ministry at that time. Once that is not established, the police say no case. They can arrest it, man. She will go find the person that raped her. That's what the police saying. No, as far as you concern, the video, the CC camera we review, they may not in the building at about this time or at about the time you say you were raped. So we get that for you. We care less about you. Go and find the person who raped you. This is what the police is saying to the victim. The CC camera will get from Youth and Sports. We see the man car here. We not see the man entering the building at about this time. We not see the man leaving the building at about this time. So go find the person who raped you. To be more simplistic, to be ordinary, so you understand what the police is saying. This is what the police is saying. Go find the person that raped you. If they may, that man rape you. The police feeling judging the case. The police say that man rape you. Or footage, a video footage showing the man leaving the building at about the time the incident happened, so that he rape you. Yes, you were raped, but the man rape you. So go find the man that rape you. That is the police saying. And we will not arrest the man because he rape you. We will not sending him to court. It's good that they say do unto others as you will want them to do unto you. Rape can happen in Liberia. Don't think because your child going to school in Ghana. Don't think because your daughter going to school in America or your daughter going to school in Ghana daughter going to school in other country and nothing can happen, yo. Hey, you heard about rape cases way in America, rape cases in Nigeria with Nabeje, one of daughter in Nigeria. Hey, you heard about it? Nabeje is the assistant minister now at the Ministry of Information. There was a rape case involving the ambassador Conte. In Nigeria, and with Nabeje's daughter. I don't know how they settled that other one. So rape can happen anyway. If you say, "Oh, my daughter, I get money. My daughter in America, my daughter in Singapore, my daughter in Ghana going to school, so I can do anything I want to do in Liberia." Hey, they get Ghana, they get like same way they get Liberian officials like small children, teenagers. They got Ghanaian officials that like it too. They got Liberian officials in Ghana that like it too. They get it all around the world. Rape is a global issue. 2,700 plus in 2024 rape cases recorded. And like I indicated, my source from General Ministry tells me that as we speak, excluding the Brian McGill case, the agriculture case, I think 2 or 3 other cases, my source tells me that we have already recorded over 3,000 cases of rape in 2025. It means this thing is prevalent in the society. It is endangering the society. It is permeating the society from the communities to the larger society. And the people that are committing these things are in all sectors of the society. The rich are committing rape. The blind, look at the case in Nima. Blind men committing rape. Crippled men committing, raping young baby. Farmer raping young baby. Government official raping young baby. So everybody, every sector you find yourself in, every state, all peoples of all status are involved into this thing. They're not only rich people doing it, poor men raping, rich men raping, employed raping, unemployed raping, government official, non-government official, everybody raping. So it is serious. It is too serious and getting dangerous for us to be protecting alleged perpetrators who are in government. It's wrong. It's time that the women who were protesting, who are holding nationwide protests on George Weah for rape, it's time for them to stand up. It's time for them to stand up. You can stand up for rape only when George Weah is in power. And when it comes to UP, then everybody goes quiet. Rape the non-partisan video. So star 255 star 1 hash. Star 255 star 1 hash is the short code to play the cash giveaway. Let's go into our IMF conversation. So you okay, so let's go. I see this report is long. Well, I think we can exhaust it. Yes, we can. We can do that. Something is not right. Something is not right. Yeah, something is not right. Something is not right. Yeah. Folks, Liberia is in a deep crisis. Liberia is in serious problem. The country is in trouble. The IMF has embarrassed the government. The IMF has released the fact on Liberia. In as much as embarrassing as it is to the Liberian government, but the IMF had to do a job. On the 1st of October The IMF Executive Board concludes 2025 Article 4 consultation and completes second review under the extended credit facility with Liberia. I'm hearing that on today there were some media folks who received $25,000. I think 25 or 27,000 today from the government. Yeah. The government says she's doing well, but she's spending $27,000 regularly on media people, especially publishers. I'm going to tie that conversation into this IMF thing because it's talking about corruption. The government that is performing is paying $25,000. You can imagine how much they gave the talk show hosts, the people who they consider as their pro. You can imagine a government that is doing well. Today, to the extent that the individual who even received the money in the newspaper he runs, maybe you will not call the person into the newspaper's name. There's no guarantee that I will not mention the person's name. I may mention the person's name, I may not. So the IMF Executive Board concluded the 2025 Article 4 consultation and completed the second review under the extended credit facility agreement with Liberia, providing immediate access to SDR 19.3 million. That's about 26.5 million US dollars. Growth. Listen to what the IMF is saying. Now I'm talking here. That the IMF self-talking. This is the IMF review of Liberia's economic capacity. Growth. This is the IMF. This is not Samuel Tuah talking. This is not Amara Conan talking. This is not Dixon Sibo talking. This is not Janako talking. This is the IMF talking. And I'm waiting for you to come. Yahoo level come back. This is the IMF talking. The IMF. Listen, you see a page? Those of you watching? I'm not reading from newspaper. The International Monetary Fund. This is their page. You see? I'm not reading from Facebook. This is not Facebook. This is their page. The IMF said growth is projected at 4.6% in 2025. Growth is projected at 4.6% in 2025 and 5.4% in 2026. 4.6% in 2025 and 5.4% in 2026. Medium-term prospects remain favorable, with GDP growth expected to stabilize at 5.5%, assuming full and timely implementation of the ECF-supported reform program. Preserving fiscal consolidation, enhancing financial stability, and addressing key structural weaknesses, particularly limited competitiveness and widespread corruption, remain key challenges. This is the IMF. Our country is far from growth. Because we are not growing, that's why we will always run to IMF to keep us in their facility, in their credit facility. They will continue providing subsidies to balance your payment. Yeah? So any country that is struggling to balance a payment, that country does not, the possibility of seeing growth or experiencing growth is difficult. It's unlikely. Because you start growing, you're moving up, you're not be running for subsidies, for stability, for small money to stabilize you. Because those you need to stabilize the pedals to stand on and go. You need to focus on fighting corruption, because corruption is stealing away our wealth. When we manage our wealth or our resources, we don't have to go to World Bank, to IMF. We don't have to even enroll in the IMF program 100% or at that level. Once you're not growing, and the question is, why are we not growing economically? Because the country is extremely corrupt. The IMF said it. Widespread corruption remains key challenges. Folks, so you need to inform your old man and your parents, your brothers and sisters in the different communities. The government folks have been lying to you. IMF is telling you that corruption, widespread corruption in this country under Joe Biden, remains a key challenge for the government. The people that are giving you money telling you widespread corruption remains a key challenge. Imagine you go to borrow money, the person will give you the money, but trust me, you've been mismanaging your resources. You've been corrupting, you've been stealing your resources. We'll give you the money, you mismanage the money, you will waste the money. And it will affect your growth. And you have to come back to us again, running to us to give you additional money. So if you don't strengthen these pillars, if you don't strengthen these, if you don't consolidate, if you don't focus on consolidating in these key areas, it means it's going to be dirty for you. They say Liberia has to enhance financial stability. How do you enhance financial stability? You have to manage, you have to reduce, you have to minimize corruption. To enhance financial stability, you must minimize corruption. The IMF is talking about you addressing limited competitiveness. See where our money going. See our procurement regime. Currently, Liberia has one of the worst performing procurement regime. We ignore all of the PPCC process in this country to award contracts to people, to our families, friends, relatives, and all of that. And we inflate these figures. That's why we do not go to the PPCC. When the law requires that people should compete. If I want to provide a service at a particular spending entity, I must be willing to compete with others. Competition encourages quality. It attracts quality, sorry. Competition attracts qualities. It attracts the best. So when the system encourages competition and is framed on competition, the best. So all the institutions that are going to compete, they will want to send their best, project the best. That's why the PPCC process requires competition, competitive bidding process. So all the JESCOM companies that are being established because UP is in power and they want to provide services and all of that, they will not go to compete because there are requirements. You're not from a company today and you want to provide service tomorrow and PPCC approve you. So the people will refuse to go through the PPCC process because the PPCC process will object. As a result, you see the government is not placing emphasis on competitiveness. And it leads to waste. Value for money. PPCC will want to know firstly your capacity to produce, to provide a service. Do you have the capacity to provide a service? How long have you been providing this service? Have you ever provided such a service? PPCC will be stern on your capacity. If you ignore the PPCC process, the floodgate open. Why are you charging the government? Why are you charging the government $50 for a 40-amp battery when we can get it for $35 or $40? But Liberia National Police, why are you going for a 40-amp battery for $60 when you can get a 40-amp battery for $40? This is waste. But there is a $20 on that money that is supposed to go back to the police or to the youth exposed or to Ministry of X, Y, and Z. If they go through the PPCC process, the PPCC will raise these flags. If they don't go through the PPCC process, there will be no ombudsman or no referee to raise these red flags. So the floodgate is open and they navigate or they run their ways through the corridors and waste government resources. The IMF said no. We have to place emphasis on value for money, the services, the quality of the services that are provided also. Because when quality services are provided, it enhances growth. Then the IMF concludes by saying the government has to work on widespread corruption. The IMF said corruption, they say widespread corruption remains key challenge. Hey, I mean, they're telling the Google Scholar small, eh? Your Google widespread corruption. What does widespread corruption mean? Eh? They're telling the Google Scholar small. So you have an idea of what the IMF is saying here. They're not small thing they're talking here. That big thing the IMF is saying here. The IMF is reporting no effort is mentioning that no effort the government has made or is making to fight corruption, to tackle corruption. They're telling the Google Scholar small. What does WRDESPREAD? What does widespread corruption? CORRUPTRON. What does widespread corruption mean? Bum. I'll find appropriate definition. Let me try Cambridge. Let's try Cambridge. Widespread corruption. According to Cambridge, I'll go to the IMF definition. Don't worry. What do you mean? They say existing or happening in many places and or amongst many people. Happening in many places in or among many people. It means all over in the country. Anywhere you turn, or more people are engaged into corruption. That's what the IMF is saying. More institutions, many institutions are engaged into corruption. Most of the officials are corrupt. They are practicing corruption. Most of the institutions are into corrupt practices. That's what the IMF is saying. And calling on the government to tackle it. These are the things that the UP folks are not telling you. They will not tell you because it is damning. It is damaging. It is shameful. It is a disgraceful account from the or appraisal from the IMF about Liberia under Joe Barker. That Liberia is experiencing widespread corruption. It means corruption is being practiced in many places. The corruption that Joe Barker promised to tackle regardless of whom is involved. Check all around the places from the Ministry of Finance. Bill Margate Jr. is still occupying his position after awarding, influencing, inflicting procurement contract at the Ministry of Finance. He is still there. The procurement man left the ministry. And they ran after the man and dismissing, arbitrarily or illegally dismissing. Because he refused to agree with Bill Margate Jones to inflate procurement contract for the procurement of a bus. I mean, the boy, we just told what the boss are even though that 45,000 now, but you got add 20,000 now on it. It said no cheaper. We've already completed the procurement process, everything. It's just waiting for you to sign it for the vendor to supply the bus. We can go back. I mean, to increase the figures, it means we have to go back to relaunch the PPCC, I mean, the bidding process. Meaning we have to re-advertise the bid. Entertain bidders, review them, go through the entire process again. So this is not an advisable thing, Chief. That will for another process. Margate Jones said no event. He started fighting the man, suspended the man, did all kinds of things, and all of that. And he's still succeeding. Look at the printing contract again at the same finance ministry. Awarded the contract to his relative. Company that was just established yesterday. Today, he awarded a printing contract to the company established yesterday. All these things, nobody in the office of the president can tell me that they agree. Barker can listen to radio. He does not read newspaper, but people in his office who are working for him, and these are the issues that they are supposed to be telling him to allow him take action. Ask the question. Ask them, why is the president not taking action? Coordinator Crack can tell me she does not know about these things. May his soul rest in peace. But he couldn't have told me that Coordinator did not tell him, even he himself, as old as he was, there so he was not listening to radio as Barker, he was not reading paper as Barker, but Coordinator was his deputy. She's on Facebook, she's seeing everything, reading everything, responding to them. They are responding to these things in the public, but the president is not taking action on them. So what? Something is wrong. I mean, there is a gap in between them. I mean, they and the office of the president. Because these are our boss, their friends, their colleagues. Let the president hear but for himself. I'm going to tell the president before they go dismiss the man or suspend the man. That's just finance. Look at Gafon. $2.8 million vantage in TN. Gafon can't account for it. He goes to ERBC and start showing propaganda challenge. He goes to ERBC and showing propaganda challenge. You finish stealing government money, $2.8 million. You can't account for it. You know propaganda. You are so sophisticated. Go use your sophistication to account for $2.8 million Gafan. You can't do it. You steal $2.8 million. You go beg IMF for $26 million. Look at the cycle. The ministry cannot account for $2.8 million. Gafan say, oh, we are propagandists. We understand the game. We know propaganda. You can win us. We are sophisticated. We have the capacity. We have men. We have men. We have men. Where are the men? Where are they? The men that can account for 2.8 million. The men that will steal 2.8 million. You see, you got men. You got men that will set down a war procurement contract to a company owned by his brother, your deputy minister, owned by his brother. That was just established yesterday. You got men in Ministry of Finance. Yes, that's true. You got men that can steal, men that know how to steal government money and don't account for it. You got men in Ministry of Finance that will go to procurement director and say, wow, after the procurement process is exhausted, then you say, add the money up to buy the bus. Add 5,000 on it, add 10,000 on it. you go and brag, you got men. Because the arrogance in GAFA and others think that they will use intellectual or they will use intellectualism they will steal money and use intellectualism to convince the people. Those days are gone. The people are not even interested in your tone or your voice. Now GAFA is vulnerable, looking like a guinea pig. Nobody can listen to him again. He talks, nobody listens to him. Because the people now know that these are all corrupt individuals, rogues, bunch of rogues. And I told you, when you see these people in the street, call them rogues. Big jump behind them. Call them TV, row. They will stop stealing. Don't depend on the courts. The courts will not prosecute these people. The courts will not prosecute these people. The courts are in the pockets of Joe Braga and his officials. They will not prosecute these people. Don't depend on the LSCC. It's as useless as a dumb sat. The LSCC is as useless as a dumb sat. Don't depend on it. You see, you have a chief justice that is telling you he recommended his son for appointment, and that's not nepotism. What does it say to you? You have that code, you can depend on that code. The chief justice didn't tell you, say, I recommended my son for appointment, but that's not nepotism. I challenge anybody who tell me, say, the law violated. The only thing that remains for the code now, that funeral service. The only thing that is left for us to perform for our court system is the funeral service for the court. The Chief Justice has already killed the independence of the court. The only funeral service left. Well, we plan the funeral service and bury the courts. It's done. Nothing you can depend on again in that court. It's done. Justice has been sold. Then has been compromised. You can't get anything from there. Don't waste your time. If you know medicine, somebody owe your money, they can pay you. Go to medicine man. Don't go to court. Somebody owe your money, you won't pay. Go to medicine man. Don't go to court. If they say they won't pay, they call you. You negotiate payment plan. No issue. Don't go to court. Somebody go kill your brother. If you want to kill the person badu. Don't go to court. Someone rape your dollar. You able to rape Maggie dollar? If you can see Maggie dollar, how you calling? Maggie dollar, Brian Maggie dollar, or Brian Maggie sister, or Brian Maggie wife. If you ever see them anywhere you rape them back, rape them too. Don't depend on the court or the police. They will not do anything to you. They will not do anything for you. Don't depend on it. They say they're looking for CCTV. So since they can't get CCTV, go to Bill McGill. Go to McGill, Brian McGill on the hall. Look for a woman there, or a girlfriend there, or a sister. Or you get control over. Or use any. You want use charm? Say you charm. You draw them closer. You rape them too. Because that's the society we have now. The law, the criminal justice system is protecting the rich. It's protecting the big shots. The people giving you money and telling you are corrupt. They're giving you money and telling you you are this country, widespread corruption in this country. Meaning corruption is in practice everywhere. By every individual in government. Public corruption. Government corruption. Government corruption is even worse. It's in practice everywhere. That's what IMF telling you. Like I said, we didn't read this. IMF telling you. But again, they will still come back They will still come and tell you, oh, all is well. All is well. All is well. What do we do? Stop talking. Go to bed. Don't say anything. What do we say? Somebody just sent me a text and said the guy is in pain. The 14-year-old guy is in pain. Austin, as I speak to you, we don't even know what to do. We don't even know what to do. The guy is in pain. We don't even know what to do. Let's take some calls. This country, but we will not get tired. We can hold guns. We can hold guns. We just have to keep talking. We just have to keep talking. All is not lost. But the country is in a big mess. I'm receiving news from Kongota as well that an LNP officer has killed another person. There's no detail of that, but somebody just sent me text saying an LNP officer, the kid, an LNP officer just killed one guy in Kongota. An LNP officer just killed one guy in Kongota. That's all the person sent me. What the story behind that? I hope some people in Kongota listening to this show. I hope we can get somebody to talk to us. But yeah, they say an LNP officer just killed somebody. Shot and killed somebody in Kongota. Yeah, an LNP officer just shot and killed somebody in Kongota. And this one is fresh. This one is fresh. I was telling Gray yesterday that he has to be careful. He has to put his boots down and take charge of the police. Hope we have detail. That I'm very sure of. We have detail before tomorrow's edition of the show. But these are troubling times. It's good to stay out of trouble. I mean, for police people, I told you all yesterday that the police see you, the people, as a threat, as an enemy. And anybody who sees another person as an enemy will want to eliminate that person. The people too see the police as threat or as enemies. So they too always want to confront the police in a hostile manner, forgetting that the police have arms and they don't have. In some cases, the police officer become the victims. In some cases, the citizens become the victims. And this is not going to change until the style of policing and change in this country. I was telling one of my police friends, man, I said, man, they think you're making fun of protest coming, other something. Y'all be that thing on your able, y'all can make it. Is me? I get gun. Is it my gun? You take out your gun. I get gun. I said that thing you're doing. There will come a time where the citizen will no longer be afraid of gun. The citizen will prefer losing their lives than to accept your instruction. Than to accept your instruction. You who using the gun, once you're not on war front, you will get tired using the gun. The gun will get sour in your hands. This is where we are today. When you see the gun as your protection instead of your skills, you want to use the gun to discharge your duty, to carry out your duty. The gun is not meant to carry out your duty. The gun is an aid in extreme cases. And even in extreme cases, you're not supposed to point gun directly. You can shoot in it, you can discharge in the air, you can discharge on the ground, just to intimidate people, to intimidate hostile individuals who are resisting, maybe arrest, all of that. Start using gun and start pointing gun directly to citizens, unarmed citizens. You get gun, the minute you get stick, or you get gun, the minute you get death. Yes, the minute you get death, you get gun, you point gun directly at somebody who get death. No. Anytime they're advancing to you, you can shoot the gun in the air and see whether the man will stop. If man doesn't stop, he keeps advancing to you in there. You discharge bullet on the ground. You guys are trained to do these things. On the ground, just to intimidate the man. You can shoot directly, they make your nerve. Their force is not proportional. Who will be coming to you with nerve? You discharge a lot of bullet on the ground. But you see the bullet, they fire from the bullet. That person will still counter you. But the guys prefer using the bullet to do that job than to use their skills to do the job. Most of the police men, they believe in skill. They believe in a car, the police car, the siren, and the gun. If they don't believe in a skill, the police officers are not using their skills, especially the ones with guns. They're no longer using their skills acquired from the police academy from Gamba. Gimba, yeah. They're no longer using the skills acquired from the police academy. They are using the guns to do their work now. So you are just as I told you that we are about to experience more shooting. Yeah, I told you yesterday. But since I don't know the detail yet, but I know there will be no justification except unless the individual that was shot is an armed robber who are having a gun. Now, but I can even rationalize it. You armed robber, you get a gun, I beg you, yeah. Now, but I party for the policeman, I will even shoot you. Yeah. So, folks, let's take few calls and go home. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. I see these days we get list students. Yeah, list student. Annie Johnson, today you late. Alice Johnson. No, Alice from Clay, we recognize her. That God's favor, that Derek 12 Morris, yeah. Derek Morris, that list student. Juju Wonway, you are list student. Abenigo Gifty, late student. Ai Wuye, late student. Burma Abraham Kwe, you late student. Papa Yu B, you late student. Who else again? Nathan. Yeah, Nathan Cody, late student. Margot Gide, late student. Oh yeah, this Saros Womba, late student. Yeah, cool. I agree with you. 100% on that one. Yeah. Okay. James Lamin, list student. Mohammed Sherry, list student. Wonder, list student. Okay, yeah. So Kuda is telling me that Kuda Williams is telling me that Cool way the student about the information. She said, yeah, Facebook. She said Facebook is carrying it is in Congo Town. Yeah. So somebody just sent me this information that the police just shot and killed an individual in Congo Town. This is it. I mean, I really sympathize. I mean, empathy with Greg, but I think there is still room. They still have 4 years to adjust. We still have a good police force. Probably the police needs a nationwide retreat. You know, go somewhere in different. Take the different departments, different places. Sit down, start with the EIU, PSU, the traffic people, the ticketing. I mean, something. We need to do something. The system is broken down. The IMF is reporting widespread corruption. The IMF that is giving you money is reporting widespread corruption. The police that is supposed to protect the state, lives and property, they are not seen as threat or enemy to the citizen. They also see the citizens as threat and enemies to them. So they are in serious crisis. The country is in crisis. Those of you praying, wishing to come here December, you coming? Come with your pepper spray. Don't travel at night. You want to go on the beach in the day. Thank God that December you coming. Some of you will come for, before November 29, at the same beach time, in the day. Go chill in the day. You want to chill in there. Call your friends to your house at night. You're sitting down in your yard and play. You enjoy yourself. Go out right now is risky. I forgot to tell you a story about what I experienced on Monday. Monday night. I woke up at 4 in the morning, to try to get the children ready for school. And I saw my living room window open, the kitchen window open. Rogue. I forced the windows open. Use the unfinished, the remaining PVC pipe that was lying in the yard. Folded the spoon, bend the spoon, and shove it in the hole, and use the PVC pipe to and started taking things from in the house. When I woke up, the windows open, the curtains folded. My bag that has all of my documents in it was stood on. They carried the bag. All my documents, my important documents. They carried the bag. They carry a new TV deck. I don't use the TV. My body's by the TV. I don't use the deck. So they carry one TV deck was in cartoon on open and used. They took it away. Yeah. But the guy spent short of time because I want to bed by 3:20 in the morning. And before 3:40, I was already up. So in less than 15 minutes, the man was able to make it away. So he left all the things he carried to use to steal. He left it in the house. Because saw the long PVC pipe from the living room straight to the kitchen door. Very long. And no, I'm not only the victim in the community. The room other communities. So these guys are getting dangerous these days. The country is dangerous. I was telling somebody, all these checkpoints, the police people can leave all the different places. They run to the checkpoints. All they could leave all the communities vulnerable. No patrol at night in the communities. The communities are vulnerable and all the actions are on the road at the checkpoints. No patrol in the night in the communities. No police patrol in the community. If police people can patrol in your community in the night, you tell me. But for the last, and they want to own the UP. They want to own the UP. Even CDC time, I never saw police officers patrolling in the night in communities. The police people will leave all the communities vulnerable and go to the checkpoints. So let's take few calls and go home, folks. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Those are the numbers to call to join the show tonight. We'll take 8 calls and then we'll go home. At least 30 seconds each. You can make your point. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. For those of you who are in the diaspora, the number to call is +231 886 500 104. Actually, I'm tempted not to take calls tonight, but I think I will take a few. Yeah, I'm tempted not to take calls tonight. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Benedetto. I'm calling from Broadville.
Go ahead, let's hear you, Benedetto.
Yeah, my brother, for the police, we don't have problem with them. We the say this thing, our party police, but they must continue. One day we'll get tired with it. We'll go against them with it. Oh, care about it. They must get ready to care about it that day.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Same thing we're saying. Good evening to you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my name is Agnes Williams. I call from Tuporo.
Tuport Row. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. My concern is that it got to do with the raper, the person that raped the little child.
Okay.
And then the parents are eating, they grieving to it, and then other people they knowing the right, and they dare to bear false witness.
Yeah.
So if I, the parents now, are in tears and pain, then it's united, no need for them to help poor and poor. Whatever thing they think they want to do to the individual that did the raping and he denied it, he shouldn't go scot-free. Whatsoever way they think they can go to damage whosoever that did it and are bearing false witness. Let it go through that pain, let it bear the same pain that that lady are going through. When it comes for them to go to the court center, let it go there and deal with whosoever that bearing false witness and they do it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Because I mean, that's what we are slowly gravitating to. Because if you can get justice, fair investigation from the police, you obviously you will not get it from the court because the criminal justice system starts with the police. It starts with the police to the court into the correction center. If the police that is supposed to even begin the process that you can't, where do you go? Now, what during those days, they didn't have time for police bene and justice ministry bene and court bene. Nothing. Nothing. So just go to that same quarter of medicine man, go do that. I mean, the person who steam a chicken, please kill the person here. The person who steam a chicken, please make them crazy here. The person who rape my dollar, please kill the person here. The person who rape my dollar, please kill the person here. Please make them to confess openly here. And you know, that's the reason. Then the Western people say, oh, they abolish all these things. People will say, okay, to accept civilization. They call it civilization. Western culture, say civilization. Yeah. Woman rape, a friend, all in government, all in the police. Police say, we're not investigating nothing. We agree you rape. But another man rape you, so go find a man that rape you. Case closed. And we all running with it satisfied. It's good. We have to cause now. We mentioned AFL more than 1 million times before AFL came out of a statement. I don't even trust the sincerity of that statement. That's why I didn't focus on it here tonight. Because the president, the head of AFL, is a partisan, a membership. She has a membership with the Unity Party. I know her, so I'm not guessing. She has a membership of the Unity Party. She's a card-carrying member of the Unity Party. The head of AFL. Councillor Flores, hello.
Yeah, okay, how are you?
I'm okay. Let's go. Let's hear you.
Yeah, that is that Esmoka. You know, that is the reason why the people are very conflicted. How do you do the civil society work? How you independently do the civil society work? When you have all the council of churches members, they are all on board. How will you be able